a look at this problem with the picture that we're given. We're told circle M has secant lines. If you remember, secant lines are lines that touch a circle twice. We're told we have secant lines QR and UT that intersect at point S, and point S is outside of the circle. That's very important. We want to find X if the measure of the secant segment QS is 15 and the measure of RS is 8. So look, QS is the bigger segment and RS is the smaller. And the measure of ST, that's the small one, is 3x minus 2. And the measure of SU, that's the big one, is 12. Now, intersecting secant theorem says that we can multiply. We can take, notice, the small segment outside the circle, SR here, and multiply by the whole segment that goes from S to Q. And that should give us the same answer as if we multiply the small segment, ST, times the larger segment, SU. So notice we're setting it up the same on both sides, but with each of the sequence. Now we get to substitute. So in place of SR, you're going to put 8 because RS is the same thing as SR. In place of QS, you're going to put 15. QS, SQ, same thing. ST, that's going to be my 3x minus 2, and SU is my 12. Now watch how I put it in for ST, very important. Notice that I had to put parentheses around my ST. You may be thinking to yourself, well, why do you have to do that? And it's because this 12 has to be distributed to both of them. So let's do a little algebra now. We're going to simplify. So 8 times 15 over here gives me 120. And now I'm going to distribute that 12. Remember, we're going to do 12 times 3x and then 12 times 2. And that gave me 120 equals 36x minus 24. I hope this is looking like an algebra problem that you've solved before. You're going to be asking yourselves, okay, so how do I get that x by itself? I'm going to do the opposite of subtracting 24, and the opposite of subtracting 24 is to add 24. And that's going to give me 144 equals 36. And then you ask yourself, okay, how do I get rid of the 36? It's being multiplied, so I'm going to do the opposite of that, which is to divide. And that gives me that x equals 4. All right? So notice that the part of this problem that was geometry was really the first 2 steps. So it was recognizing that these were 2 secant lines for a circle and they were intersecting outside of the circle, so we could use the intersecting secant theorem, and then setting up our equation. After that, it's pretty much algebra. So rely on those algebra skills that we distribute, we simplify, we move things to the other side of the equation, and I think you'll be on track here.